What's going on, everybody? It's Pixel Dust, and today I'm going to be taking you through this base that I have on my Redstone testing world. It's quite small, so it's going to be a pretty small video, so let's get straight on into it. We have a redstone torch key, which opens both these pistons and these doors. And the same device is activated by this button, so I'll press it. Pistons close over, and so do the doors. And right here, we have a super smelter, but it's a rather inconsistent one. It always seems to just barely not finish a stack when you put something in it. So let's put the fuel in this shulker box here, and the iron in this one. If I can find the one that I actually used, then I'll try to put a video for it in the description so you can know how to make it yourself. I did make it a little bit backwards because the first thing I determined was where it was going to come out into the base. So let's actually get some lights on in here. Nice. That turned on these lights, and these ones, although this room's already lit up by these end rods. Oh, and in this chest is where those iron ingots that I'd put through there are going. The hell was that voice? Must have been an Alexa downstairs. Oh, and these are buttons that I have to set my game mode, so let's click on spectator so you can get a look at this thing. Basically, when I put things in the fuel box right here, they go down into this minecart, which must have went across here, sending it all into the back of these furnaces. And when I put things in the ore box, they go through that hopper, and then down into this row, which feeds into the top. And here they're being... Oh, what the hell? That's weird. I don't know. And this is a clock circuit, which same one I used in my garbage can tutorial. Anyway, let's come back up here, and... Yeah! Game mode, creative. Now we have our storage room. First off, we just have some barrels, so you can just put whatever in here, and your end chest. But really, this is the main point of interest. So we have signs saying what each color holds in it. Of course, there's nothing actually in them, but when I move that arrow, then it'll swap to the shulker box it's pointing at. So we got gray, we got yellow, just because I decided that's the closest to that. This one has to be a slab, so this can actually open. We have our weapons, we have anything end related or nether related. Of course, as I said, there's nothing in the actual boxes. So let's just reset it back to redstone, and you get the picture. Alright, so that's all for this little area. And here we have what may be the dumbest nether portal ever. I could have just used a flint and steel, but no, I had to have a fire charge shooting into the floor that erupted up. And this thing, that hole just redirects the water for just enough time for it to not break that end rod or any buttons, which is perfect. These are just all triple piston extenders, and they go into my enchantment room. But first, I do want to show you the closing sequence, because it's so much better than the opening sequence. So let's go on in here. That is... I could watch that. I could watch that all day. We have stone on the grind, though. Yo! So in this... I am not mature at all. In this little barrel in front of the enchantment table is where all the lapis is. So you got all that taken care of. And for your anvil... This is actually from a Mumbo Jumbo Quickie, so I'll try putting that in the description as well. Anvil breaks, press the button, get a new one. Now, if you throw an item on this little square right here, in it goes. It is gone. Or is it? No, it's not. That timing could not have been more perfect. Take it out, it closes back up. This button's just connected to the same system. It has a pulse extender too. Now, it doesn't matter which one of these you step on, it'll open both doors, and it'll also have a little doorbell sound. And here we have a bedroom, which I say I did a decent job on. And here is one of those exact same garbage cans from the previous video, except it uses a shulker box instead of the cauldron, and I did mention that as an option when I did make the tutorial. So if you jump through this painting, classic trick, and it works perfect because the painting fits well in the bedroom. I mean, I have posters in my bedroom. Now we have soul sand and magma to go from one room to the other, and you can just swim between them, which I really like. But anyways, this is actually as far as it goes, but you can see the circuit of the garbage, and if you want to use it from here, then why not? And it goes just as fast, despite the fact it doesn't look like it, but it does go just as fast. And that's just the little pressure plate thing. So now let's get ourselves a look at the redstone in this place. So we can go back up to the soul sand out here and keep on going. Open up this bastard, and let's go into spectator mode from here. So now let's get a look at the redstone. When you press this button, it both activates this thing down here and the rest of the circuit at the same time, which I find really cool. Oh, this is actually where the other button connects up to. So the power will go, well, it will turn off that torch, which in turn turns on that torch and sends a pulse through both of these. I'll actually have to find the tutorial for that as well. Jeez, I'm not. There's no tutorial for this because I totally made it up. It's just the dumbest. It's like probably the dumbest creation I've ever made in terms of impracticality. And this is a creation by Mumbo Jumbo, who's probably my favorite redstone YouTuber, just because his stuff is both functional and stupid, which is perfect. So next up, we have this little thing. So when I dropped an item here, it went through that hopper and activated this same type of clock. That way it won't get jammed if you spam items into it. And this chest is just because it has a smaller hitbox than normal blocks, so the items will go better. It's just a water current on some blue ice, which will take it under here into this upwards current and go through those hoppers into the barrel, which is where I took the item out of. And the barrel goes from that comparator, activating the... Hold on. Oh, it goes up here. Okay. Which turns off that torch, and also goes to that pulse extender. Huh. That's interesting. Which disables our Jeb door. And this is where that button is, which activates the exact same mechanism. Okay. Other than that, this is just a garbage can that I made a tutorial for, so if you want to check that out, I'm going to put a link to that in the description. Now, there's a lot of things I said that I'm going to put a link in the description for. Oh, this is the most compact design of that trash can. I love how small it got. Literally, it's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. I love it. Anyways, since that is a really small base, I think I'll actually go to one that I made ages and ages ago and haven't actually finished. So I'll go into creative and... Oh, this is just a trash can, by the way. I missed. That thing's cool. So let's have to slide an item under those stairs, which often proves to be quite a pain, but it opens up this lift. And you can take that out of there. And this door has an observer next to it, which means the other door will match its state, which I find really cool. See, there's nothing hooked up to this Jeb door. This room is like... This room here is an incomplete mess. But go through here, and we have an item sorter. So let's grab ourselves a stack of these. A stack of these. So on and so forth. Ugh. And let's just put them all in this barrel. And it will start being filtered through, and here we can see those diamonds showing up in here. So the same will happen with the redstone once the diamonds is done, and you get the picture. So let's press this. There's a pulse extender attached to that, so we don't have to rush to slam our face in there. I guess it's not exactly fast, but press this button, lift it down, and press this button. It actually takes a little bit longer to go up to give us some time, but when you press it and it's up, it comes straight down, which I'm surprised I managed to pull that off. So I'm going to go into spectator mode. Basically, when it's already down, this block goes over there, which forces the redstone to go through these 3 repeaters, which in turn activates the same circuit. And once that redstone block is moved, it turns off this, moving the piston out of the way, So I'll show you that right now. See, now it's up, and now it goes down a lot faster because this block now being out of the way, and this block being not right there, so it won't go to that circuit, makes it so the redstone just goes straight up into that circuit. And this is a toggleable nether portal. Forgot I wasn't on spectator mode. That uses the same button for each activation, so I like that quite a bit. Let's go into spectator mode, because I actually don't remember how I made this thing. I believe it was originally for a normal size nether portal, but I just curved it out because I didn't want a normal size nether portal. I'm not sure why I have it bent out like that. I'm not sure if it needs to be either, but I'm not going to tinker with it. Oh, this is a dropper, hopper, T flip-flop. I got a dropper, a hopper, a T flip-flop, and a clock. Man! Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much the entirety of this world. I haven't really done much testing because I've done a lot of redstoning before I actually had a redstone testing world, which is odd. I suppose I'll show you this machine gun, and I might make a tutorial for it later, even though it's possible to just straight up eyeball it. But for some reason, these dispensers don't seem to want to activate, which I find really weird, because they're connected in the same way that all the other ones are. If someone in the comments could tell me why those aren't activating, I'd really appreciate that. But anyways, that's all I'm going to be covering in today's video, so I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then feel free to like it, and if you liked some of my other content along with this one, then consider subscribing, and that's all for today. So see you guys all later, and I do hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.